Right then, it's been a while. I wonder if he's going to play nice. So, battery on this tractor is about 6 years old, and he's gone through quite a few cycles of getting cold and then warm again. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's live. Never doubted it. Okay, so at the end of this month, March 30th, weather permitting, we're having a little bit of a do here, which is open for anybody. Anybody can come in. It's not a ticket only thing. It's, you know, you put a pound in the bucket when you come through the gate. It's to raise money for Great Western Air Ambulance. And this thing has been gradually growing from what I thought might be like 50 or 60 people might come and attend, to now we could be maybe in the hundreds, which I'll admit has got me a little bit on edge. That many people coming to the farm, and where am I going to put them all? I think I'll put you up here a minute. So I got to organise some space for parking cars and stuff, which is going to have to include this yard. So probably what we're going to end up doing is taking that gate off the hinges and having it in and out and closing the yard off up there. I got to try and find room to park 50 or 60 cars maybe. I mean, maybe we would get even more than that, I don't know. A lot depends on the weather, I think. So yeah, all this kit, all this muddle, all that all got to be shifted. I know a lot of you will be tickled pink the idea of me cleaning up the yard. I'm not unhappy about it. I mean, it's something I was doing anyway. But yeah, the thing is, now I'm not doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I blinking will have to. Yeah. Right, okay, so they got plenty of grub, they're all right for their bed, they're all right for their bed, they're all right for their bed, but the calves could do with a bale. So we're gonna let this guy warm up a bit more and then move a lot of this kit. It's gonna have to go, I think I'm gonna put it out in the top paddock. I mean, originally I was gonna put it along the wall of the barn there, but there's room for another half a dozen cars there. So temporarily it's gonna have to go out in the field, which is potentially gonna make a little bit of a mess. But only a little bit, I hope. Right, I've got to think about this now. Where I can put stuff that is out of the way, but I can get to it. So do I pull that trailer out and put some stuff on top of there, or can I get to it? I don't think I can. Oh well, maybe. I'm kind of thinking, although I'm going to want that for long, aren't I? Those troughs can go on there for sure, and that old sheep feeder could go on there. I was thinking about putting the slitter rake on the trailer, but I am actually, as soon as it's dry out there, I've got a job for that, which means I just have to get it back off again. So maybe I might actually leave that there for now, because when it comes to the day, I can literally open that gate in, put that just outside the gate, close the gate. Yeah, that can stay where it is for a minute. One piece at a time. Just slide that over by hand, I think. But it's doable. Go on, scoot round. That's on there. Let's put that on there a bit more secure as well while we're at it, shall we? That's better. I'm happy with that. Actually. Okay. Go on, clicking you. Thank you. He's on there. Right, where am I going to put that out of the way? Any suggestions? I think the only choice I've really got out of the way, I could put it out there, but it's right next to the public footpath. Somebody's kid will climb on it, fall off of it, hurt themselves, they'll sue me. I wish I'd put it somewhere else. So let's put it out the way first time. So I was going to put it down there, but I'm going to stop the car parking up here, so I'm going to basically close that off there, and so I'll have like a turning hammer here, people could turn around. But yeah, the yards up here I'm going to close off. One, they're a bit mucky, and two, I don't want folks near the livestock. Not really. So I think it's going to have to go out there. Of course, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to put all this effort into tidying the yard up, which does want doing anyway. And then come 28th, 29th of March, it's going to be 2 foot of snow or loads and loads of rain. Let's have you in for before. And the events, they get cancelled. And all this has been for for nothing. Yuck. I'm already regretting this. I'm not bringing the road right here. No way. Go on. Thank you. I don't like putting out here. I don't like putting kit out on grass, full stop. But this is a needs must job. I need to, so I must. Well, it was the easiest way to do it. So to pick it up on the 3-point linkage of the tractor, I'd have had to drop the linkage down, which means a lot of messing around with pins and shims at the back. So yeah, just skid steered a bit of rope. That'll do. Just got to think where I'm going to put it. I've got something in mind. I know there's a hole that I made not long ago, removing a feeder, and I think this might fit back in there. Something a bit like, well, a bit like that. That's out of the way, isn't it? That'll do. Right, 9 o'clock. I'm going to stop for a bit of breakfast, and then we might come back to this, but the piddling weather has kind of put me off a bit. We'll put this in the shed. We'll move the roller next anyway, so I can do that pretty much from the cab of the tractor. While I'm having a cup of tea, I'll decide where we're going to put it. Oh, that's already made a hole. It's got to shift all that now. I might wait till it stops raining. Go and see me dad and do that when it's not raining. But then again, I might not. Look at that! Look at that! So, it's afternoon now, I will admit, it is 20 minutes past the end of dinner time. I would have been out half an hour earlier after finishing dinner, but you can blame Mr. Hughes for that. I got a bit distracted watching him playing with magnetos. So, yeah. On other news, I have just sent Tim, the barn builder, a message confirming that I want him to go ahead and put this roof on here. Not just there. I'm going to do both ends. At the moment, we've not even applied for any grant, and there is a chance that I might not get any grant. But this is one of those things I really, really want to get done. I really want to give these guys next year somewhere. I want to just keep them in the dry. I want to get them out of that. So. That's kind of this year's budget. Everything for this year is going into that. That is, like I said, that is going to soak up pretty much every bit of budget I've got to spend on the farm this year. But I think it's going to be money well spent. It's for the welfare of the cattle. Doesn't include, the quote he gave me doesn't include concrete. The steel and the building and everything else. By the time I've done all that, I don't think there's going to be enough left over to do concrete. If there is, we'll do some. It might be a case of, it might be DIY. We might have to just get some shuttering in and just do some ourselves. But I would like to get, I'd like to get this yard done if I can. There's no reason why I can't do that. Well, apart from running out of money. But depending on what this year brings, because of course, we've got Holly's kitchen to do as well. And that's, we kind of know what that's going to cost, but you don't, do you? because that's something else going, oh, I never thought of that, or didn't think of that, oh, crumbs, oh yeah, we need that as well. Yeah, so roof's going on, yard if we can. Probably just this end though. Okay, so we need to shift Mr. Roller. I've had a bit of a thought concerning Mr. Roller, and I'm just wondering whether, because he's still half full of water, can I get it in there? It's going to be tight, but will it fit if I move these two bales? 1, 2, 3. It will be tight. But if I can get that in here against the wall there, chuck some of that over the top of it, black plastic, that will save me from having to take all the water out of it. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to move these two bales anyway to one side. I'll stick them over there for a minute. Move that one as well, and then I should be able to get it in there. I hope. I'll use this bag next anyway, so it doesn't matter if I puncture it. Right. I should be able to squeeze the roller in there. Should. You two, and we'll have you. Right, I'll put the bungs in the roller, so now we'll just put the roller on and move it. Did I miss? Oh, I missed. Missed again. All right, some of you will have had a bit of experience reversing a flat roll, and some of you won't. But reversing a roller, although the principle is the same as reversing a trailer, because the wheel is so close to you, and it's actually just one giant wheel, they turn so fast, you've got to be right on the ball to reverse a flat roll, because it will overtake you. it will jackknife you, and it will do it with no warning, and it will do it on purpose. Right, it's going to be a bit of a squeeze, I think. I don't think I'm going to get it right back all the way. Somehow. And it's already trying to turn without me. Watch me front wheels. Oh, it might go in there. Oh. Ye of little faith. Look at that. Spot on. Right, okay. That actually worked better than I thought it was going to. That'll do. Don't need a lot. Right. That's not going to drop out of there until I move forward to it. No. Is it me, or does that tyre look really soft? That's it. I had that black plastic all caught up in it. I didn't want that in there. So what we'll do now, we will actually put a load of that over the top of that, just to help keep the frost off. But yeah, you should be alright to stay there. Unless we get really, 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 really cold, then I can just chuck some straw on top of it as well then. You should be alright in there. The tyre done looks a bit soft from up here. That doesn't look too bad now. I don't know. We'll park it on the level and see what it looks like. Yeah, still looks a bit soft. Needs a bit of wind in it. So I'm wondering now if I'm actually gonna save a lot if I move. I mean, if we're having car park, if there's car parking, is that actually gonna take up much room for cars? Maybe the difference between one or something. So yeah, I think we'll leave that for the time being. I think I might concentrate more on moving some of this. Now again, I could just push a load of that way, push it up against there for the time being. It's not that I'm going back on what I said, I still want to move it, but I have a home for that, but the home I have for it, if I put it in there now, I'm going to make an awful mess. An awful mess. So I'd rather move it just once, because my options are to just push that over there and heap it up a little bit, and we can have cars in here. I can move that lot over there as well, you know, put a cone on top of there, and yeah, just, yeah. Or I've got to take this and move it all down the far end of the yard, right down the bottom, and then when this is done and when it's dry, bring it all the way back up again. And I just don't know if I could be bothered to move it twice. So yeah, I think this might just be a gentle hour or so with a skid steer and just push it all over there, because we're not going to get what we're going to get here, 20 cars in here. Not an awful lot. It will be tidied, all right? It will happen this year. It's got to happen this year because I've got a shed going up there, and we might even use some of that in the bottom of there. Maybe. And bearing in mind, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 legs to dig out this end, and 1, 2, 3 legs to dig out that end. So we've got some holes to dig. So now I'm wondering now whether to go and see my dad in hospital. Rock and hard place. It's not pinned down rain. I'll go and see him when the sun's shining, and I come back, I want to finish, and it'd be pinned there. Let's move a bit of that. Let's just see how easy it moves. So I'm thinking I'm not going to put the 6-foot bucket on. I think I might put the 5-foot bucket on because it's a bit stronger. There's less stress on the machine as well when you're digging big lumps of stuff. So, not that one. This one. This is actually the bucket that came new with this machine. So this is the bucket that came with this machine when I bought it. That bucket was already 20 years old when I had it, but I like that bucket, mainly because I can see the front leading edge on it from the cab easier. When I've got this down, this is too high, or that's too short, and I can't see in there. So you have to kind of feel your way with this bucket, but it is smaller, a lot less strain on the machine. So, better for this job. I think rain's going to stop playing. It's going to turn this into a right mucky mess. I've shifted a lot of it. I'll have a quick scratch around and just tidy up what we got, but yeah. I've almost doubled the area of the yard already, and I've only taken some of the tools out, so oh, bloody weather. Actually, I think even if I had a cab on here, I'd stop. So, I think that's it. 3:20. We've got a yellow weather warning for this afternoon, and I presume that's what's coming at it now. So, yeah, pack up, go and visit my dad in hospital. I'm so fed up. I've so had enough of this rain. I've never known anything like it. You guys are probably all right for tonight. You're definitely all right for tonight. They will do for tonight. So Saturday morning is going to be bedding out. If it's dry enough, we'll push some more of that up over there. But yeah. Well, we made a start. We kind of showed willing, and then we stopped again.